Howdy do y'all, this is John, and today we are talking about Fantastic Four: The First Steps, a new movie out in theaters right now. And in Fantastic Four: The First Steps, it deals with the superhero group who live in this retro-futuristic universe, separate from the main Marvel Cinematic Universe. And this Herald of Galactus, called the Silver Surfer, appears, and, she just threatens the entirety of the Earth and gives everyone the warning, Galactus is coming. So now the Fantastic Four have to figure out a way to, find Galactus, defeat him, hopefully before he gets to Earth. Though realistically speaking, probably not. Okay, so basically typical Marvel storyline. Now, getting into it, first and foremost, I'm going to talk about what I like about the movie. And, I do like the actors in the movie. Joseph Quinn plays the Human Torch, aka Johnny Storm. He's good in it. Human Torch is supposed to be this very chaotic person, and, Quinn just pulls that off. And despite some of the comments Quinn made leading up to this movie coming out, he is kind of a ladies' man a little bit. He called the female Silver Surfer hot. Yep. He's Johnny Storm, alright. I don't know who all plays Ben Grimm, aka the Thane, in this version. However, he did a good job. Vanessa Kirby, good Susan Storm. She's definitely, a bit of a stronger version of Susan Storm. Not that Susan Storm's ever been weak. She has never been weak. Of the movie versions we've seen, she's definitely the strongest, and Vanessa Kirby actually shows a lot of strength in her performance as Susan Storm. Then we get to Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. I know Pascal gets casted in way too many things, some of which you can question whether or not he was perfect for it, like Reed Richards, but, in his defense, he is a good actor, and in his defense, he does a good job as Reed Richards. Now, is he the perfect choice for it? No, but for what it's worth, he does a good job as Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic. Reed has a lot on his shoulders in this movie, more so than the average human can handle, and the fact that, Pedro pulls off this person who's highly intelligent and also has a lot on his shoulders because of Galactus and the Silver Surfer still coming out as strong, that takes some skill. The story's kind of a been there, done that kind of story for Marvel. We've seen them use this kind of story all the time. However, I will say this, they're still able to actually put in a lot of emotional weight into the movie. They add in things like the theme of family into the film. The Fantastic Four, they're not just a superhero team, they're a family. They stick that in this movie, they do not compromise it, and there is a lot of emotional payoff for it. I wish Disney had thought of doing that with Lilo and Stitch, but no. How are the main villains of the movie? Galactus. They don't use him a whole lot, but when he appears, Galactus is an intense villain. He only appears for a few scenes, but when he shows up, yeah, you're thinking everybody's screwed. The Silver Surfer, I don't get why the Silver Surfer was changed to a girl, but to their credit, they do give her, the same story arc that the Surfer had in Rise of the Silver Surfer, but they do it a lot better in this one. For the most part, at least, the Silver Surfer, in a way, is done a lot better than in Rise of the Silver Surfer, in that, when you hear about her backstory, which is more or less the same, you actually feel bad for her. Just like they tried to do in Rise of the Silver Surfer, you realize that the Silver Surfer's really just as much of a victim of Galactus as everyone whose homes have been destroyed by Galactus. As far as the VFX go, just like almost everything you see in Marvel these days, it's a mixed bag. There are some real good VFX. There are some real bad VFX. What else can I say? I will say this, the visual look of the retro-futuristic Earth, I like it. Could do without the Caesar Flickerman news reporters, though. In terms of problems with the movie, as I've stated before, the only real thing about the Silver Surfer I don't like is why was she changed to a girl? I don't know. It added nothing, to the Surfer, especially considering the Surfer's really just the same Surfer we got in Rise of the Silver Surfer, just done a little better. But the middle section after the first introduction to Galactus kind of dragged on a little bit. Could have been shorter, like turn everything into a montage. That would have been much more effective. There's also some cop-out moments where, the filmmakers, they clearly were just trying way too hard to make it a safe movie. Just make it safe. Don't, make your audience uncomfortable or anything like that. And really, it just kind of felt cheesy and forced. Sorry, but I would have not have taken the risk aversion route. I would have just simply taken the risk. So guys, at the end of the day, Fantastic Four, The First Steps, it's not a bad movie. It's a good movie. I just don't think it's great or anything like that. Definitely well above standard for what Marvel has been doing. You actually like the characters, the actors portraying them. While not all of them may have been the perfect choices, they did a good job. There's some emotional weight to it. The story's very typical Marvel, unfortunately. VFX hit or miss. But all in all, I don't highly recommend the movie. But if you guys are interested in seeing it, I would say go ahead. It's a good time. I'm going to give Fantastic Four First Steps an 8. Something I neglected to mention in my original recording, I have a second YouTube channel up now that is entirely gaming related. So far I only have one video up there. However, I highly recommend everyone checking it out. I only have one video up on there right now, but I highly recommend everyone checking out. It's just simply called John Bode Games. That is it. Well, that's all the time I have for today. Please look forward to more videos real soon. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Please also subscribe if you're new to the channel. And as always, please remember, the Brzezinski will return.